I feel every college student needs to hear. Every college student who is planning on starting college, you need to hear this. Choose your classes wisely, okay? What's up, guys? I'm Tab, and you're officially in the lab, a place where we discuss all things beauty, motivation, and lifestyle. So today's video will be a part 2 to my college success tips. As I was thinking and as I was actually analyzing some things, going back over some things, there were some more tips that I feel like would benefit you if you are just starting college or if you are planning to get back in college. So one of the main things that I feel like I missed was making sure that you are in constant contact with your advisor. This is going to be extremely important because your advisor essentially is going to be your counselor. He or she is going to be the one who directs your path, make sure that you're taking the right classes, making sure that you're not, taking any classes that you don't need. They're going to be the point of reference. If you're ever in a tough situation, you can always reach out to your advisor, and they should be the ones giving you wise counsel. Anything that you may be dealing with that could affect your grades or the classes that you are already taking. So I think that it's extremely important that you build that very meaningful relationship with your advisor, because they're going to be the ones who are going to be right there in your corner. They are going to advise you. They're going to be there, to support you along your college journey. So make sure that you are in constant contact with your advisor. If there's any questions that you may have, of course, they're going to provide you with their email, but my advisor gave me her personal phone number. So I was able to call her whenever I had a question or whenever, something was going on. She was always there to assist me, and she was a gem, to say the least. So the second thing that I feel like we need to know as far as college is not waiting until the last minute to gather your materials. You want to make sure that you have your materials before class starts. There has been so many instances where you wait to the last minute to get your materials, then this book is not in stock. So now you're having to start class without being properly prepared. I've had situations where I procrastinated and I waited to the last minute to get, an access code, and class had already started. Fortunately enough for me, this class actually had like a trial session of the access code, so I was able to do my homework. But you have to think about it. Every professor is not the same. Some professors are going to give you grace, and then other professors are going to be like, well, you snooze, you lose. You know what I'm saying? You never know who you're going to deal with in the college realm, so you kind of want to make sure that you are staying ready so you won't have to get ready. So do not wait till the last minute to gather all of your materials. 9 times out of 10, if you're scheduled for classes, they're going to, give you all of the details in your syllabus as to what book you're going to need, what access you're going to need, RAM you need to run as far as your software with your computer. There's a lot of things that go into it, so you definitely want to make sure that you are effectively communicating with your professors and effectively staying on top of your stuff so that you won't have this to worry about, because I'm telling you, it could be a headache to say the least. So another thing that I feel is going to be very, very, very important when you're starting your college journey is to set a study schedule. You want to make sure that you are setting aside time each week to make sure that you have time to look over your material, get a thorough understanding of what's going on in your classes. This is going to ensure that you get good grades, and this is going to make sure that you're not lost when it comes to your lessons. I know at my college they actually offered tutors, so that we were able to get that extra one-on-one time, because we're being honest, sometimes professors can't present material to us, and sometimes it just doesn't click. Different professors present information differently, so there may be a disconnect with you guys. So that's why you're always going to want to make sure that you are utilizing your resources. If your school offers a tutor, you definitely want to make sure that you are signing up so you can get that extra practice, to make sure that you not only have a thorough understanding of your material, but that you're going to do great on the assignments that are to come. You definitely want to make sure that you are studying set a schedule so you'll know, what needs to be covered, and make sure that you are prepared for your exams, make sure you're prepared for your tests, and make sure that you're studying ahead of time. So this is definitely going to lead into my next one. Make sure that you're organized. Organization is going to be key to a successful year or years in college. If you're not organized, honey, you're going to be all over the place. Trust me, I know. These are all things that I feel like I struggled with, so I kind of want to lighten the load on someone else. I definitely want you to make sure that you stay organized, make sure that your books are aligned, make sure your lessons are highlighted, make sure that you know what homework is due, make sure you know when your exam is coming up, so that way you won't have to rush and study. You'll already be prepared. The main thing that I feel will make you successful in college is making sure that you are organized. If you are not organized, honey, it's going to be a mess. Like, you got to stay on top of it. You got to be in contact with your advisors. You got to check that email. You got to make sure that you know what's going on, because otherwise it's going to be a mess. I'm just saying. And the last thing that I feel every college student needs to hear, every college student who is planning on starting college, you need to hear this. Choose your classes wisely. Okay, you need to know like what your struggles are. Do you struggle in reading? Do you struggle with math? Do you struggle with computers and tech? Whatever the case may have you, you need to know what your weaknesses are so that you won't overstimulate yourself. Now, I will say, I was on a mission. So I was a full-time student pretty much every semester that I was in college. And certain times, baby, it was overwhelming to say the least. It was so overwhelming. Like, math is one of the things that I've always done great in, but that was one of the subjects that I literally despised in school. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Math was not my friend. And although I did well in it, I knew for a fact I struggled in it. I literally pushed math to the back. I wanted to take that last. I mean, there were classes that I did go ahead and get out of the way, as far as computers and things like that, because you're trying to do a computer class with a math class. It was a lot for me, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're overloading your schedule to the point where you can't even focus because you got so many classes and so many assignments due and so many things that you got to get done. Like, no, I always suggest, don't bite off more than you can chew. Like, if you have to take 3 or 4 classes the first semester, you do that. If you have to take 2 classes the first semester, you do that. You don't want to, schedule yourself for all of these classes, because it takes commitment. It takes commitment to stick to these classes, stay on top of your grades, and get good grades. Like, college is not for the weak. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Like, college is not something that you just wake up in the morning, okay, I'm going to college. Like, baby, you gotta prepare, and you gotta make sure that you're ready for that thing, because I'm telling you, it's a lot. Coming from me, I just graduated. It was a lot. It took a lot to get there. Like, a lot of preparation, a lot of time. You're going to have to cut some things off, and like, you're not going to be able to go out and party every weekend when you're in college. You're not going to be able to, attend every event if you're a college student, because baby, you got to stay home and you got to study. You got to stay home and you got to prepare for this exam. We got to keep going. Like, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with college, and I feel like somebody needed to say this because it's not talked about enough. Baby, your girl was struggling. Okay, I'm not afraid to say it now. I've completed that journey in my life, so I can talk about it now, but your girl was going through it. Like, it's hard for you to, stay in tune with everything that's going on while you're still dedicating your time, your energy to homework and studying and all events and all this other stuff. Like, no. College takes huge sacrifice. That's why they say college is not for everyone. And I believe that, because everyone is not prepared to take on that responsibility. I do feel if you implement these tips and tricks that I've given you, I feel like you'll be fine. Like, I'm going to go back through some things that I've covered just to give you a quick little rundown. First things first, be in contact with your advisor. This is going to be the person of contact. When you have any questions about anything, they're there for you. They're going to support you, and they're going to help you to make wise decisions. Secondly, I feel like it's very important that you set time aside each week for your study time, your homework time, so that you can stay in tune, so that you won't fall behind, because I'm telling you, it is so easy to fall behind in college. And that you know for a fact, this is the day where I'm doing my homework, this is the day I'm studying, and things like that. That goes into being organized. organizing your materials, making sure that you have a calendar, making sure that you have, your planner, so that you'll be able to, check off everything. Okay, I did this, I got this exam next week, I know I got to take this test. So you'll be prepared. Like, preparation is key. Something else that I mentioned was not overloading your schedule. Do not be so quick to register for all of these classes. Like, you want to make sure that you are, being responsible, and you want to make sure that you're not just getting classes to get them. Like, you want to make sure, okay, if I got computer this semester, then I'm not going to take math to next semester. If I know that this semester, this class is going to take a lot of my time, then maybe I need to, fall back on this one. You know what I'm saying? Basically just arranging your schedule to what works for you. Like, there is, instances where you can drop classes, or you can add classes where you feel like you can maintain it, but just be smart about it. This is something that can be discussed with your advisor, so that they will give you, wise counsel on what you should do and what you should decide to do. And the last thing is making sure that you get your materials early. Do not procrastinate. Do not wait till the last minute to purchase that book. If you already got your aid or whatever method you use to pay, if you already have that available, go ahead and get your supplies, because I'm telling you, you are going to fall behind. You're going to fall behind if you wait till the last minute to get this stuff, and then it's not even available for you to get. You definitely want to make sure that you're staying on top of your game. If you implement these tips, I feel like you'll be good to go. I feel like your college years are going to be a great success. I'm praying for your success. I'm praying that you have successful years in college, and that is a blast for you, because you are moving the bar. You're moving the bar forward, and you're going to be okay. Like, it takes time. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Just saying. So thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode of In the Lab with Tab. I pray that something that I said registered with you, so that you can utilize this into your life, when you're starting college and working on that new era of our lives. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe. We'd love to have you a part of the squad here, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.